It's a little bit like pins and needles. It's a sort of buzzy sensation, but it's not as harsh as sometimes bad pins and needles can be. It's certainly not what people expect it to be, which is an electric shock. It's not the whole fingers in the electrical socket, puff of smoke, hair sticking up, all that stuff. It's a general tingle. Electrosex is all about generating sensation. If you want to make it painful, you can, but it's about generating a sensation, a pleasurable sensation. It's a little sort of tickly, tingly kind of feel, pretty much. Bit of basic physics. All you're doing is creating an electrical circuit using the body's nervous system to complete the circuit. Generally, you'll have a positive and a negative on a battery. You need to connect the two together to make a full circuit. And the way that most electrosex play toys work is that they have an insulator in them. So you've got a break in the circuit. You breach that break by using the body's nervous system. Okay? That's the bit that generates the sensation in the body. And we're putting a very small current through the nervous system to generate that sensation. It's based around a medical principle of TENS or EMS, which is electromuscular stimulation, generating blood flow and generating a sensation through the nervous system. It's pretty simple. Yes and no. The bit that tends to decide whether you can or can't are the connectors on each end of the cable normally. Generally, power boxes fall into one of three categories. They're either a purpose manufactured product like ours, or they're a TENS unit, which is a medical product, or they're a mixture of the two, in as much as they're a TENS unit and they're now pretending to be an electrosex toy. And they generally have three different types of connector, and that's the bit that will make the difference. We use a 3.5mm jack plug, much the same as you see on the end of your headphones. A lot of the TENS based products will use what we call a TENS tube. It's sort of a little right angle connector with a little tube, used by several different manufacturers. And then you've got the final one, which is we're not seeing very much of anymore, which is the 2.5mm jack plug. It's a little bit smaller. Providing you've got the right connector on the end of your cable to plug into the box, and you've got the right connector at the other end of the cable. And they pretty much fall into two sizes. 4mm, which is what we use, otherwise referred to as a 4mm banana, or the slightly smaller 2mm TENS pin. It's a very thin, elongated pin. As long as you've got the right connectors on each end, you can pretty much use any power box with any electrode. You might find there are limitations on big electrodes with power boxes that have got low power, but they will work, you just won't feel very much in those sensations. But generally, the cheapest bit in the system, which is the cable between the two bits, is the bit that determines whether you can use X box with Y electrode.